Alright, so I've finally done autocross and this car through its paces as much as that I could do. Now it's time to really start changing up the look of this car. There are a handful of white FL5s in the area, and for the most part we're all pretty stock. But I do want to do something that differentiates my car a little bit, at least to where when I see my car I know it's my car. So the first thing that I do want to start doing is removing the rear wiper. Anyone knows if this actually can go up any higher, let me know. I'm not trying to break it. Alright, if you haven't seen the video of my FK8 converting that back to stock, I did have a rear wiper delete on the FK8. The thing with the FK8 though is I was able to just pop this part back and get access to it. Not sure if I'll be able to do it here, though it might not be too bad. Doesn't look like it has to go down very much. In the FK8, this whole side piece had to come down to get better access, but it doesn't go up as much on the FL5, so let me see if I can just pop open that portion. Oh, wow, nice, sweet, okay. Alright, so I was able to pull this down and pop some clips, and it looks like I'll have access to the 10mm bolts to remove the wiper. So let's try that. Alright, I did get a little bit ahead of myself. Let's first take the wiper off before we take the wiper motor off. Looks like this piece just comes off pretty easy. And then I believe that's a 10mm. Yep. And I don't know if you can see that there is an arrow right here pointing this way, so if you ever need to reinstall it, just make sure that the arrow is pointing downward. There we go. Now that the wiper's off, we can get working on the motor. It is kind of tight, so what I am going to do is drop the rest of this down, and it looks like I just need to take these portions off. It looks like pop this out. There's a Phillips head screw. We might have to take these out also, we'll see. That way it'll get us some more access to get to those bolts. Alright, so now that these are popped down, time to just get access and unscrew these. Okay, now that I've loosened both sides, I should be able to drop down the rest of this panel. Alright, finally got the motor out. Best advice, don't be lazy like I was and just drop most of it. So that's what I ended up doing, is pulling out most of the rear end here. Remove the screws that are in these handles, and then these screws, and then just pry it out and it pops down. Gives you so much more access. Could have been done 15 minutes ago. Anyways, it's out. So gotta take the rubber grommet off and then put the rear wiper delete cover on. That was pain. Alright, it's done. I never want to do that again. Trying to line out the shroud cover to the trunk, such a pain. In the FK8, they're old like green little clips that you can kind of just shove in. These ones they're actually a better connection. Here's an example. They use the ones that like hardcore clip in, but I'm pretty sure I broke a couple. This is just one of them. Outside of that, we're still good. Much cleaner look. I like that better. Now I can put some decals here also. Alright, so I do have a pre-cut strip of film here. This is the Vivid Smoke. So I'm just going to try and wrap these in the smoke film just to have that dark look. I think it should look pretty clean. Hopefully I don't have to do this too many times. Here it is in broad daylight. I think it looks better. I like it. It's darker, more aggressive. So if we're comparing the two, the clear side versus the dark side. Yeah. And with the LEDs, the light output's still gonna be plenty bright, so I'm not worried about that. I may redo it. I don't like how some of the edges turned out. So I may do it a different way, but I do like it smoked, so nice. Alright, so now we're moving back to the front of the car and get something different changed up on here, since we've already done stuff on the back. So everyone's been wanting the JDM or even EDM type headlights where the amber is pretty much deleted or clear. I don't know if any of y'all have looked up the prices for those headlights. It's outrageous. We're looking at over, gosh, $1,500 I think to get these headlights. Not worth it. Not worth it because it's the same headlight. So instead I have a different solution that I'm gonna try. And similar to what we've been doing with the taillights, we are going to use vinyl wrap. And in this case, we're using silver vinyl wrap. Not sure how I'm going to like it and how it'll turn out, but I mean, we'll see. So for this, we will be using knifeless tape. Actually, and what I'm going to do is wipe this area down first. Also, side note, the bumper is now re-PPF'd after the finally 60 days of cure time for the paint. Finally got this PPF'd. Though it would have been nice to have it PPF'd before autocross, but thankfully we came out unscathed. Normally I wouldn't set that on pure paint, but again, the magic of PPF. Okay, so I'm gonna do two different strips of knifeless tape here. Now the hard part about this is I want to be able to cover all angles of amber, so straight on and the side view. But doing that does make it a little difficult to wrap. Alright, so it's not, if we're looking at it on the side, it's not perfectly over it. There is some extra, and the reason for that is when you look at it from different angles, I still want it to cover the amber. So if I was just to put it along this line, sure, from the side this part will look silver, but from the front it would still peek through. So I'm going to try and avoid that, but we'll see how it turns out with how this layout looks. I'm not sure if we'll need heat, but I'll try and do it without. Look at that. So from a distance and from in the camera, it looks like it's a JDM tail headlight. So especially as you're coming up on it, it looks like the JDM headlight, at least the amber, is deleted compared to the other side. For the most part, it covers up the amber. For straight on, can't really tell. I think I'll keep it for now. It doesn't look too bad. Alright, I got both sides done. It's on the mirror over there. Yeah, we'll rock it, see how it goes. See if it fools anybody, but even if you could tell, it still deletes the amber, so now it's just a cleaner look and the look just flows better. So with the headlights on, the light still does peek through, so at night, definitely not going to hinder that side motor. Alright, to finish off the back, I'm going to put a decal there. Decals are pretty much something that I put on all my cars beforehand. The FK7, FK8, this is no exception. So definitely when we slap that bad boy on, not only we're gaining horsepower, but you'll definitely be able to tell my car apart from the other FL5s in the area. So I did make this decal with my wife's Cricut. That thing is awesome. So it's pretty cool. I can make these custom. Sized it out so it should fit nicely right in this black area. Pretty much all the decals that I've done on the car were from my wife's Cricut and custom made. This is no exception, and as you know, always gotta rep the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, my personal Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.